Hello everyone, welcome back to the course on piping design. Myself Riya Patel, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In our previous lecture, we discussed about code and standards and pipe fabrication. So today we are starting new topic, that is mechanical properties of material. So let's start. So there are four properties of material. First one is chemical property, second one is physical property, third one is mechanical property, and fourth one is dimensional property. So in chemical properties there are so many properties like reactivity, then pH, corrosion resistance. Then in physical properties there are density, conductivity, heat capacity, etc. And in mechanical properties there are so many properties like brittleness, hardness, toughness, creep, percentage elongation, etc. And in dimensional properties there are only two properties, size property and shape of the material. Next topic is mechanical properties of material. So there are so many mechanical properties are there like ductility, plasticity, toughness, brittleness, percentage elongation, Young modulus of elasticity, etc. So in this lecture we will discuss it one by one. So let's start. First one is ultimate tensile strength. So as you can see from this figure, we are taking one chain and we will apply one external force to the chain, and after some time the chain will be changes its shape, the length of the chain will be increases, and after some time if we apply the external force then the chain will be breaks. So the maximum stress which we apply, that maximum stress is known as ultimate tensile strength. So as per definition, what is ultimate tensile strength? Ultimate tensile strength is maximum stress given to the material, tolerated by material before it breaks. So as you can see here is one stress strain curve. So what is stress? Stress is force given to the material and strain is percentage elongation, means it is a change in length per original length. So first we take one rod or we take one material and we will give some tensile force or we will pull it, so it will change its shape, the length of this material is increases and the diameter will decreases, and then after if we give some extra stress, so it will breaks like this. So the maximum stress given by us, that is known as ultimate tensile strength. So this is the equation of ultimate tensile strength, that is ultimate force by original cross sectional area. Next topic is yield strength. So as we discussed before, this is a stress strain curve, and in this step after giving force to the material, the size and shape of the material is changed in this stage. So at that point where our size and shape will change, that point is known as yield point, and that stress is known as yield stress. Okay. So yield strength is load at which plastic deformation will starts. Then next property is elasticity. What is elasticity? If we give some external force, some tensile force or compressive force to the material and then we release the force, then after the material regains its original shape, so that material is known as elastic material. So as per definition, what is elasticity? Elasticity is ability of material to return its original shape after removing the load. So this is balloon and this is rubber is the elastic material. Next one is ductility. What is ductility? Ductility is the property of material. From that we can easily convert our material into any shape. So as per definition, ductility is the property of material by which we can draw into wires. So as you can see from this figure, first we will take one copper bar and then this bar will be converted into wire after pushing. So here we are using some minimum force to manufacture the wire. So here minimum force is required to the manufacturing of ductile material. Some ductile materials are copper, aluminium, silver and gold. Gold is also ductile material because we can easily convert gold into any shape. And ductility of material will be measured in the percentage elongation. What is percentage elongation? We will see in the next slide. Percentage elongation is measurement of ductility. So as you can see from this, the metal bar, the copper bar will decreases its size, it decreases its diameter and increases the length. So here what is the equation of percentage elongation? The final length minus original length to the original length into 100. And here the cross sectional area will be decreases. So the percentage of reduction of area is original cross sectional area minus final cross sectional area to the original cross sectional area into 100. Next property is hardness. What is hardness? Hardness is the ability of material to resist deformation, to resist any plastic deformation. So as per definition, hardness is the ability of material by which it is able to resist the stretching, cutting, abrasion, indentation and penetration. So it is closely to the strength. So as you can see here, this is a hardness measuring tool. By this tool we can measure the hardness of the materials like beaker, then spatula and etc. Next one is toughness of material. So what is toughness? Toughness is the ability of material to absorb the energy. So as per definition, toughness is the ability of material withstand both plastic and elastic deformation. And then the second definition is, it is a measure of amount of energy that can be absorbed by material before it fails or before it fractures. So as you can see from this figure, we are using toughest material for manufacturing of these gears, because here vibration and shocks are frequently in the gearbox. So here we are using toughest material. Next one is brittleness property. What is brittleness? Brittleness is property of material that can break the material without much permanent distortion. So here we are breaking material without much effort. We are breaking this glass and this knot regains its original shape. And this is cast iron machine. If it fall down, then after falling down it is look like this and it is easily breaks down. So brittleness means it is easily breaks by using minimum force. So toughness and brittleness are opposite to each other. So as you can see from here, we are taking one bar or one metal. So we are applying force to it, and if our material is bent like this after giving force, so this is called toughest material. And if our material is not bent and it is fails and it is break down, so that material is known as brittle material. Next one is creep. So this is the property that can resist the deterioration when it is under the force by long period. So what is creep? Creep is a slow and progressive deformation of material with time when it is subjected to constant stress. Here we are giving constant stress to the bolt, and then after it will break after a long period of time. So it is ability of material to resist deterioration after a long period of time. Next one is fatigue. What is fatigue? So as you can see from this figure, first a small crack will be occurs, and then after some time this small crack will be increases its shape, and this is look like this after a repeated cyclic loading. So what is fatigue? By the definition, it is the ability of material to resist crack initiation and further propagation under cyclic loading. And so it is also a phenomena of weakening of material that is subjected to repeated stress, that is fatigue. Next property is stiffness. What is stiffness? Stiffness is the property of material that resists the deformation. So as you can see from this figure, there are two beams. First one is aluminium beam and second one is steel beam. We are applying same force to the both beam, and the aluminium beam is deformed like this, and the steel beam is not deformed much. So the steel beam having higher stiffness and the aluminium beam having lower stiffness because it deforms very fast. So the stiffness is also known as rigidity. Then flexibility. What is flexibility? Flexibility is the ability of material to bend in any shape easily. So as per definition, flexibility is defined as the ability of material to bend easily. So here we are manufacturing one spring by using flexible material, because the flexible material will bend easily and it will manufacture the spring easily. Then plasticity. Plasticity is ability of material that gives permanent deformation without any breakage or without any failure. So as per definition, plasticity is defined as ability of material to undergo some degree of permanent deformation without rupture or failure. So after the deformation of any material, the material will deform and it is not fails or it is not breaks. So that property is known as plasticity. Then metabolity. Metabolity is the ability of material by which we can convert our material into thin plate. So as per definition, metabolity is the ability of material that can be hammered into thin sheet, and this is the example of metabolite materials like aluminium, copper, silver, tin, etc. The gold is also ductile and it is also metabolite material. Next one is resilience. What is resilience? Resilience means amount of energy that is easily converted into elastic deformation. So as per definition, resilience is amount of energy per unit volume that sustain on loading and release the unloading of specimen. So it is the ability of absorb the energy elastically. So here we are manufacture this spring by using some material which can absorb the load and which can release the load. Next one is machinability. What is machinability? Machinability means the ability of material that can convert into any shape or that can be cut into any shape easily. So the machinability is measured into machinability index. So this is some mechanical properties of material. This was about today's lecture. Thank you.